The way to chastity is not to struggle directly with incontinent thoughts, but to avert the thoughts by some employment, or by reading, or meditating on other things. This most beautiful system of the sun, planets and comets, could only proceed from the counsel and dominion of an intelligent and powerful being. Atheism is so senseless. When I look at the solar system, I see the Earth at the right distance from the sun to receive the proper amounts of heat and light. This did not happen by chance. All my discoveries have been made in answer to prayer. He who thinks half-heartedly will not believe in God, but he who really thinks has to believe in God. When two forces unite, their efficiency double. No great discovery was ever made without a bold guess. To myself, I am only a child playing on the beach, while vast oceans of truth lie undiscovered before me. God created everything by number, weight, and measure. The best way to understanding is a few good examples. A body in motion tends to stay in motion unless acted on by an outside force. Therefore, to the same natural effects we must, as far as possible, assign the same causes. When the adversaries of Erasmus had got the Trinity into his edition, they threw by their manuscript as an old almanac out of date. A cylinder of air reaching to the top of the atmosphere is of equal weight with a cylinder of water about 33 feet high. We are to admit no more causes of natural things than such as are both true and sufficient to explain their appearances. The alternation of motion is ever proportional to the motive force impressed, and is made in the direction of the right line in which that force is impressed. Pictures, propagated by motion along the fibers of the optic nerves in the brain, are the cause of vision. All the characters of the Passion agree to the year 34, and that is the only year to which they all agree. I feign no hypotheses. Impressed force is the action exerted on a body to change its state, either of resting or of moving uniformly straight forward. Nature is very consonant and conformable with herself. To me, there has never been a higher source of earthly honor or distinction than that connected with advances in science. Nature is pleased with simplicity. All knowledge and understanding of the universe was no more than playing with stones and shells on the seashore of the vast imponderable ocean of truth. Truth is ever to be found in the simplicity, and not in the multiplicity and confusion of things. To arrive at the simplest truth requires years of contemplation. To explain all nature is too difficult a task for any one man, or even for any one age. An object that is at rest will tend to stay at rest. An object that is in motion will tend to stay in motion. Plato is my friend, Aristotle is my friend, but my greatest friend is truth. My powers are ordinary. Only my application brings me success. If I am anything, which I highly doubt, I have made myself so by hard work. Truth is the offspring of silence and meditation. You have to make the rules, not follow them. What goes up must come down. Tact is the knack of making a point without making an enemy. Gravity explains the motions of the planets, but it cannot explain who sets the planets in motion. If I have ever made any valuable discoveries, it has been due more to patient attention than to any other talent. I can calculate the motion of heavenly bodies, but not the madness of people. Live your life as an exclamation rather than an explanation. Men build too many walls and not enough bridges. For every action, there is an equal and opposite reaction. If I have seen further, it is by standing on the shoulders of giants. What we know is a drop. What we don't know is an ocean. I consider my greatest accomplishment to be lifelong celibacy. I keep the subject of my inquiry constantly before me, and wait till the first dawning opens gradually, by little and little, into a full and clear light. Nature does nothing in vain when less will serve, for nature is pleased with simplicity, and affects not the pomp of superfluous causes. Physics, beware of metaphysics. Poetry is a kind of ingenious nonsense. A man may imagine things that are false, but he can only understand things that are true, for if the things be false, the apprehension of them is not understanding. I have a fundamental belief in the Bible as the Word of God, written by those who were inspired. I study the Bible daily. Errors are not in the art, but in the artificers. If I had stayed for other people to make my tools and things for me, I had never made anything. There are more sure marks of authenticity in the Bible than in any profane history. Philosophy is such an impertinently litigious lady that a man had as good be engaged in lawsuits as have to do with her. The wonderful arrangement and harmony of the cosmos would only originate in the plan of an almighty omniscient being. This is and remains my greatest comprehension. Centripetal force is the force by which bodies are drawn from all sides, are impelled, or in any way tend, towards some point as to a center. We account the scriptures of God to be the most sublime philosophy. I do not know what I may appear to the world, but to myself I seem to have been only a boy, playing on the seashore.